Hello again, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man. We're looking at a SO-FRO by Singer, and this is the model 3311. And this is a throwback to the 70s. This is back when they were starting to make these inexpensive machines, just getting them as light as they can, as inexpensive as possible, but still had a real tension assembly sticking out the front. I always say that a real sewing machine has a tension assembly that protrudes, sticks out from the front, so you can wrap the thread all the way around, make full contact with the tension disc. The ones now with the lay-in threading, they're just fraught with peril. There's all kinds of problems since the day one, and they're just, these things break off in shipment. All this stuff breaks off, so it's not on there anymore. Everything's like a bar of soap. This is an old school one. SO-FRO, when Singer closed down all their mall stores, realized what a tragic mistake that was. They were all in the street corners and the town squares, and people would park their cars in front of the place. They said, no, we want to be fancy schmancy, let's go in the mall. So all the malls came in, Singer went in there, and I worked at the mall, and people call and say, where are you? And I go, oh, I'm over here between so-and-so and such and such. How do I get there? Well, you go back to loading dock 6, and you go by the dumpster, and you ring the buzzer. Oh, it's pouring down rain. Well, yeah. And it was a nightmare. So they closed all those stores and went into the SO-FRO fabric centers, and they did what they call set-ins. When, that's how they started out in fabric stores. So they went back to that, and then they finally just bailed altogether, went bankrupt, and now they make sewing machines for Walmart and various and sundry places. So that's the nutshell of the Singer SO-FRO. But this little SO-FRO, believe it or not, front load 15 class, that's my favorite. All steel, chrome plated parts, and the best part is the gearbox behind it. The gears are made of steel. Are you kidding me? Yes, they're made of steel. It's a nice little machine. Every stitch it's supposed to do, I had it do it. It's a nice little machine. And the beauty of these are, the beauty of it is, rather, with these things, is that you can get them for next to nothing because nobody knows anything about them. You can get them online, you can get them on the auctions. Nobody wants them because they don't know about them. But you know about the 3311. This one here has steel gears. If you can grab one of these for $100 and let them put some freight on it, or maybe get it with free freight because they're kind of heavy. So sometimes when it's real heavy, they'll give a free freight thing because the freight is prohibitive, $30-40. But it's a good little machine, straight stitch, zigzag, built-in buttonhole, overlocks. It came in for service. It's not for sale. The customer had this, and she wanted to know if it was any good, and she'll see this video and see that it is a good little machine. It needed a bob winder ring. Everything was locked up in the top. Needed lubricated. Everything wouldn't work. It was nothing that was working. The reverse button wouldn't work. The stitch length dial wouldn't turn. This dial would turn reluctantly, but then the needle bar wouldn't zigzag because there was no oil. It was dry as a bone. So I don't know if it just sat for a long time or it was in a heat-intensive storage locker. You never know the history of these machines, but if they have metal and you have a little can of oil, some penetrating oil, you can get them going again. Took the side off here, took the hand wheel clutch off. It was locked up. Had to take that apart, redo the clutch, oil the axle. Everything's good. So it's going to be a good little machine. It's got the patch and darner on top, which I like. It has a drop feed down here. It's a full-featured machine. You can drop it down, do free motion quilting, take this off top, do monogramming, not bad. It's just a bargain little machine, but people say, well, what can I find out there that I can spend a little money and get a machine? Buy this guy for $100. It'll last you forever, as long as you keep it lubricated. It'll sew just like a new one. Just oil it up, put a new needle in it, maybe get it serviced, make sure the needle plate like this one was banged up a little bit, polish that out. It was bent, straightened it up, put the hook assembly on the jeweler's wheel and got it nice and polished and pretty. So it's going to make a great machine for a beginner, for somebody starting out, doesn't want to spend a lot of money. I'd rather you have this than that stuff they're selling at Wally World. Nonsense. The brothers and the Singers over there, as one of my good subscribers says, garbage, which is exactly what a lot of that stuff is. So SO-FRO from Singer. It's not a 401A. It's not a 158 Kenmore. But for somebody who has a limited budget and they see one of these sitting in a Goodwill store, what the heck? Get ready to do some servicing, some oiling, and you get done, you have a nice little machine. All right? SO-FRO by Singer, 3311. Thanks.